strength, perseverance, courage, and wisdom. Now I'm gonna shamelessly plug someone right now, okay? And you gotta listen carefully. We need to fund lawsuits. The Silent Majority Foundation filed a lawsuit against Inslee in Franklin County. The case will be heard tomorrow. Attorney Pete Serrano is a bulldog. He's a Navy SEAL in the legal arena. The Silent Majority Foundation is a grassroots movement that relies on our dollars to work for freedom. The funding portal can be found at silentmajorityfoundation.org. Put your dollars to work for freedom. Finally, I'm having a lot of fun here. I'm sorry I'm at finally already. I'm going to leave you with this. Sun Tzu was a war-fighting genius who lived in 500 BC. His masterpiece, The Art of War, continues to inspire military planners to this day. He said, now listen carefully, "He who wishes to fight must first count the cost." When you engage in actual fighting, if victory is long in coming, then men's weapons will grow dull and their ardor will be dampened. If you lay siege to a town, you will exhaust your strength. Comrade Inslee has started a war against our freedom, but he didn't count the cost. He is laying siege to our town of liberty. We, the people, will fight for our liberty. We will persevere, and we will be courageous for our state, our nation, and our children. The weapons of Emperor Inslee's minions will grow dull, and their morale will be crushed. We will exhaust his strength. Thomas Jefferson wisely said, "When governments fear the people, there is liberty." Dictator Inslee issued his vaccine mandate to lead by example. I say that we, the people, make an example of him. We will be victorious because we love freedom more than he craves power. Chant with me, 2 fingers in the air. Victory! 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 Thank you all. God bless you.
Absolutely. That was awesome. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, next we're going to have Christian come up to the stage with DSHS. I believe they are already aligned behind us here, and they're going to tell you about their situation.
Thank you, Tyler. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. It's so good to see all of you today. My name is Christian Richardson, and behind me are the DSHS employees. There's many more of us, but they are not here today. Some of them drove from far away, so let's give them a shout out. Thank you. So we thought we were alone until a divine intervention led us to each other. For that, we are so grateful. I'm a nurse. I represent many professionals from DSHS, the Department of Social and Health Services, like social workers and many others all over the state. Some even drove, I think, here from Spokane, I'm not sure. But we stand here united today against the tyrannical COVID-19 vaccine mandate of our governor. We are for medical freedom. Freedom to choose, freedom to decide for ourselves what goes into our bodies. But here we are, forced to take the vaccine or face termination. Many of us submitted religious and even medical exemptions. Yet we are still called a threat to others. Imagine that. Left with these options: forced vaccination, early retirement, termination, or reassignment, but with or without accommodation. I have no idea what that means, I don't even know if that's going to happen, but we are in the process of that. Many are the sole providers of their families. Mothers, fathers, employees who are the primary caregivers of their parents, now forced out of their jobs if not vaccinated. Here I am. I'm pregnant. They are forcing me to get the vaccine. I was already infected with COVID, like many others. Can you imagine that? I have the natural immunity, and we're still being forced. Who is going to feed our families? Jay Inslee?
Hell no!
I don't think so. Some already decided to take the vaccines because they have no choice. And we still respect them and we love them for that. They sent us to the field with active COVID-19 cases. We wore our PPE and tested weekly. We did our jobs. And we even went above and beyond our call of duties. Why are we considered unsafe on October 18th? I'm asking that question because nobody is answering that question. If we, the unvaccinated, healthy employees, have been working since last year alongside our recently vaccinated co-workers, tell me, what changed now? Why the discrimination? We were once called essential and now called a threat. From heroes to zeros. We were used and now discarded. Why are they firing state employees who have been teleworking with no public contact? I don't know. Who knows? We are already short-staffed like other healthcare institutions. How will that affect the health and safety of the vulnerable population that we serve across the state of Washington? Won't that lead to more harm than the perceived harm of having unvaccinated employees, especially with those natural immunity? We respect people who take the vaccine. We hope and pray that we keep our jobs. We, the DSHS employees, are against the vaccine mandate that makes 0 sense and tyrannical. We believe it is a personal duty to protect and decide what is best for our bodies. Not the governors, not HR, not our employers, not our co-workers or anybody else. I close with these words of wisdom by the Reverend Billy Graham. Let us stand for political freedom, moral freedom, religious freedom, and the rights of all Americans. And let's never give in to those who would attempt to take it from us. Thank you for your time, and God bless you all, and God bless America.
I've never seen an emergency that takes so long to put into effect. I've never understood how an emergency, it's so important that we fire all these people, but we'll wait a month and a half to do it. So coming up next, onto the stage, well, first of all, if there are any law enforcement out here, and I know you are, and I know that you're worried about your job and you're worried about reprisal, and I understand, but we need to stand up boldly against this. So if you're law enforcement, I'd like to invite you to come up and take the stage, take the steps behind here, join everyone up there. You're not alone. You're definitely not alone. You know, a couple months ago, the people in this building neutered our law enforcement. They made the criminal have the advantage. And now the governor wants to fire them because they will not submit to his petty tyranny. I'd like to welcome over to the stage someone who has experience standing up to tyranny. He did it when the same people in this building tried to pass and unfortunately did pass an unconstitutional measure to seize our weapons. He took a principled stand on our behalf, and he knows what it is to be in law enforcement and to stand up against tyranny. I'd like to welcome to the stage Mr. Culp.
much.
Thank you, Governor Culp.
I got a question for you. Who owns you? You do, right? The jackass that sits in the governor's office does not own you. Back in 2018, like he said, I stood up against an unconstitutional violation of our Second Amendment rights. Not for me, right? I wasn't 18 to 21 years old. But young adults all across this state were going to be affected by that, and I enjoy my Second Amendment right. How about you? My grandkids were going to be affected by that. Your kids, your grandkids were going to be affected by that. And I said, hell no, we are not doing that. And now here we are, with the same jackass mandating what we're going to do, a violation of our rights, correct? Yeah! And once again, hell no. Hell no. We are free individual citizens. We are Americans. We do not live in communist China. Our forefathers fought and died for this country so that we would enjoy the freedoms that they fought for. And here we are in 2021 with a jackass sitting in that office telling us what we're going to wear on our face and what we're going to put into our body. And I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy freedom that our founders gave us. I've never seen so much garbage coming out of a political class, right? They're the ruling class. We are their subjects, they think. I'm nobody's subject. I'm a free American. We cannot stand for this political tyranny. This is nothing more than a game to them. This is not about our safety any more than banning firearms from 18 to 21-year-olds is about safety. It is not about safety. This is about control. And I will not give in. Our individual freedom and liberty matter. They matter. The first article in the Washington State Constitution is that the power is inherent in the people. It doesn't say that the power is inherent in a governor. The power is inherent in the people, and we are the people. Article 1, Section 7 says that no citizen shall be disturbed in their private affairs. Well, I'll be damned. It's my private affair what I put into my body. I want to thank all of you for being out here today. This is absolutely phenomenal. Look around you. American patriots everywhere. We need to continue to stand up for our rights, our God-given individual freedoms. If we don't, then our children and grandchildren are going to grow up into a country where they won't even know what freedoms they could have had, right? They're not going to know the freedoms that we enjoyed. And we need to make a stand, and we need to learn one word. One word. No! And if you want to add two to that, hell no, we will not do this. You know, I think it's been about 1.5 years ago, but this jackass that sits in the governor's office said that we were being insubordinate if we didn't follow his rules. Right? That's what I have across this shirt. Hashtag insubordinate. And I see a few out there. But in order to be insubordinate to someone, you have to be their subordinate to begin with, right? That's right. We, the people, are not subordinate to a public servant. Remember, the first article in the Washington State Constitution is that the power is inherent in the people. Public servants are subordinate to we, the people.
They can't take the jab.
We need to get people into office who have a backbone. A backbone.
That's right.
A set of brass ones, right? I'm running for Congress, by the way. I'll make this real quick. I'm running for Congress. Running for Congress in the 4th District against a rhino who has no backbone. And there's a man right back there named Joe Kent who's running against another rhino down in Southwest Washington. Do not give in. Do not consent. If you have a job where you're being threatened, make them fire you so that you have recourse later. If you give in, it's over. Stand up for your God-given individual rights. And never forget that the power is inherent in the people, but only if we show up and stand up. This does my heart good, you guys, seeing all of you out here. This is absolutely amazing. I know that these are kind of fearful times for a lot of people, right? That are facing losing their job, that are having their kids suffer through classes trying to wear masks. First of all, I would suggest you get your kids out of public schools and teach them yourself. Get with other like-minded parents and start teaching them. Homeschool your children. It's nothing but a bunch of damn garbage that they're teaching in public schools. There are a lot of good teachers that wouldn't mind helping out, I'm sure.
We love you, Lauren.
Yeah!
I love you guys. And we the people will stand strong and we will weather this storm. Love each other. Reach out to people around you. If you're here at a political rally for the first time, don't be afraid to shake someone's hand. Introduce yourself. We the people together have power to withstand this storm and take back our republic. God bless you guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to introduce the next person. His name is Philip, and he is a Washington State trooper who's going to come up here and talk to you right now. Give him a warm welcome, you guys.
Thank you, Governor. Thank you, Governor. Woo! Yeah!
My name is Philip Berg. I'm a state trooper with the Washington State Patrol. I've been told a few times not to identify myself as a trooper due to possible repercussions, but I think we're all a little bit past that right now. And I'm not here for personal gain. In fact, I'd rather be anywhere else right now, and that none of you ever knew who I was. Okay. Those that know me know that I'm a borderline recluse, and they know that this is my worst fear manifesting itself right in front of me right now. So I'm kind of terrified. But forgive me if I'm not as energetic as the guys that came before me, and you might want to get that doctor back up here for when I pass out in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to read off my phone. Like I said, I'd rather be anywhere else. I'd rather be home with my beautiful wife of a little over 9 years, pregnant wife. We've been trying for over 7 years to get pregnant,
and she's now pregnant. And we just found out a couple days ago it's going to be a boy. I'm probably going to get pulled for telling you guys that. I've refused to take this vaccine because of the role that abortion played in every single one of them, amongst other reasons. However peripheral you or others might think it means the world to me. Our struggle with getting pregnant has only strengthened my resolve in this matter. And let me clarify, I'm not anti-vaccine or anti-medicine. I've probably got more vaccines in me than those that would call me an anti-vaxxer due to military deployments. I know all the military guys here know that.
That's right.
But I am anti this vaccine.
Yes.
And because of the knowledge that I now possess, I know better, therefore I have to do better. Okay? I also realize that some people can and will be convicted differently on the issue of whether or not to take the vaccine. I hold no animosity towards those people. I would only hope that they would join with those of us that are facing termination in a vocal opposition to this mandate. And I know there's a lot of vaccinated people here, and I appreciate that. I remember a guest instructor at the academy told us our most important job is to protect people's rights. To protect your rights, the people of Washington. I've always taken that seriously, and even before that, I memorized the Fourth Amendment before I even went to the academy.
All right.
The way I see it, the only way I can protect your rights in this situation is to stand in the way right now and simply say no. I am up here to stop this before it takes hold of my child's life when he grows up to be a young man. I'm here to stand in the way because I swear to you he will not be subjected to this when he's my age and trying to provide for his family. I will not stand by and watch the seemingly quickening erosion of what used to be universally agreed upon rights. When it comes to the erosion of rights, they say it happens slowly and then suddenly. Well, I think we're on the verge of suddenly, and it is my duty to God to stand by my convictions and resist this. I do not say that lightly. Only a fool would invoke the name of God in such a manner if it wasn't done so righteously, and I believe it is. Our rights don't come from a piece of paper. Our rights weren't birthed from the minds of the founding fathers. Our rights don't come from the Washington Constitution. Our rights come from God, and they are granted at conception. Although I am comforted by the protection incurred by the U.S. and Washington Constitutions, I do not rely on them or any governmental entity. I do not rely on any politician either to recognize them. And I do not wait for their permission to exercise them either. So let me be clear, and this is something I've said publicly before, but I'm going to say it again. This is my religious freedom. This is my medical freedom. There is no amount of money you can pay me. There is no reward that you can promise me. There is nothing in this world that you can take away from me to dissuade me from my God-given convictions. Refusing this vaccine is my unalienable right that pre-exists any government and definitely pre-exists this mandate. I do not fear the repercussions of saying no or for speaking out. I fear God. I fear God passing over me for the furtherance of His will because I was sitting down when I was called to stand up. So you can take away my paycheck. You can try and take away my job. You can even take away my house and the land it sits on. But you cannot take away my soul that was infused by God with a yearning to be free. I demand to be free. God is the highest authority, and I answer only to Him. I will not comply, period.
Laws in government do not exist because we need them to secure our rights. They exist only to trample them. Our rights are presupposed. Our rights exist from nature. And it is only because those rights exist that government has any authority. I'd like to bring up next to the stage someone from King County Fire, Mr. Frank Dahlquist. He has been opposing this mandate from the very beginning.
You know, if you travel around this country, you'll notice that it ain't all this and it ain't all that. But it is a little bit of everything. All kinds of places and all kinds of people together.
Right now, I need every firefighter, volunteer, career, DNR, come up here with me. Stand in solidarity right now. Fill the stage right now. Time, come on up. We need everybody up here. Still up behind the stairs, everybody. All right, let's get this thing done right now. We're gonna stand together in solidarity. Right now, everyone, we're gonna fight. Who's pissed? Who's pissed with me? Ava, hold my flag. I really appreciate everyone showing up, showing support for each other. It is so important because we have to stand united. We have to have the solidarity, just like you see in this group of men and women firefighters right behind me. I love these people. Love these people. Now that song that we just played from Demon Jones, it said they asked the question, what color are you? And I'm going to ask you the question right now, what color are you? Red, white, and blue. 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 Perfect, perfect. That's what we are. It doesn't matter what creed you are. It doesn't matter what race you are. It doesn't matter any of that stuff, right? Right now, we are human beings under God's leadership. Now, last time I was here, I talked a little bit about authority, and I don't think Jay Inslee understands what authority is and where it comes from.
Put him out!
Yeah, yep. I want to expose Jay Inslee, but I'm gonna ask a favor of you guys right now. Anytime I say Inslee, I want you guys to say, "We say no." Okay? Inslee.
We say no!
Inslee.
We say no!
Inslee.
We say no!
That's right, Jay. I hope you heard that. I don't know where he's living over here in the woods somewhere, but
It's got bumped. I don't know if you can tell.
yeah, he's probably on vacation without a mask on. But I tell you what, so I'm Captain Frank Dahlquist. I work for a fire department in King County.
Really? Should be.
All these members around here from all over the state. We have thousands of united firefighters from here to Spokane to Bellingham to Vancouver. Volunteer career.
That's right.
And we
It's not mine.
love
Oh,
all
it's
of
not yours?
you.
It's Tyler's. Oh, okay. I just saw it just plugged into yours. Yeah.
We dedicate every day that we come to work
I've never used it
to
before.
the public that we serve and we love.
Okay.
We choose when we come to work that a decision that we may make that day will hurt. It may cause death, in fact. But you know, we don't see the respect from Jay Inslee that we think we all deserve. Because I know that everyone here, just like us, sacrifice every day for our neighbors, our communities, the people that we serve. Am I right? Now, who thinks this should be a choice to have a vaccine? Inslee doesn't think it should be a choice. We say no. That's right. Yeah. Now, the authority that I believe in is the God above. Now, I have a motto that I love God, I love people, and I live generously. That's what we try to do as firefighters every day we come to shift. Am I right? Now you have a calling as well. Everyone here has a calling. The power is in you to stand up and fight with your neighbor, with your family, with your friends. We cannot let this moment go. Because we know what all this leads to. We know that this is going to be more tyrannical, that we're going to be segregated from the society that we cherish and love. We have to stand up now. We have to stand up now. Am I right? Now, firefighters from across the state are dealing with the same challenges you are. The Department of Health and Jay Inslee's proclamation. Yes, love it. That's going to bite me in the butt. They have, in the proclamation, nothing prevents us from doing our jobs as EMTs. In the Department of Health, nothing in their guidelines says that we can't do our jobs as EMTs. And it was put in the power of our fire chiefs to make the decision whether they could give accommodations or not. Now, what we're finding here is that there is an air of collusion between all the fire chiefs. Now, in Snohomish County, what we're hearing is there's some firefighters that are up north that are able to continue to work. Down in Pierce County, some firefighters that are continuing to be able to work. But in King County, the Fire Chiefs Association, in lockstep with Dr. Ray of King County EMS, have prevented any of the fire departments to give us accommodations. Is that right? The men and women that serve the community, that risk their lives, are no longer going to be able to work in the dedication that they give every day. It's amazing that they think they can get away with this. Can they get away with this? No! That's right. They can't. Because we are standing in solidarity with everyone here from all walks of life to get against a Band-Aid. Who's with me? Now, I want to recognize a few groups out here. Can we just say thank you and just cheer for nurses and health professionals right now? Our law enforcement brothers and sisters out there, can we cheer for them? How about all of our military people out there? And I don't care where you are in your life. I don't care what you do. You are all cherished people under God's authority right now. And we have a purpose, and the purpose is to fight. The purpose is to stand up. So I've got a call to action for all of us, okay? We know that the courts are we don't know how well that's going to work out for us. But right now we have 2 cases that I know of that are fighting for firefighters right now. And we need a call to action for our legislatures. So Republicans and Democrats, right now, I know that you may not want to hear this. but we stand united against this mandate. Democrats who think that they have labor in their pocket, well, you better wake up. Because Democrats, you do not have labor in your pocket. You do not have the working class people in your pocket. And you better wake up, because come January, I know that there's many Republicans that are bringing legislation to rescind all the mandates, rescind the proclamation, and give us our jobs back. So Republicans, this is a call to action for you as well. You Republican representatives need to grow a spine. Stop acting like losers. We are supporting you. We will support you. Democrats, we will support you if you get on board. But if you do not, I'm fighting against you. We stand united, am I right? We the people is right. So I want to thank you all for being here today and supporting every and each one of us. Make sure you're out there talking to your neighbors, talking to your families. Tell them what's really going on. And so let me finish with this, okay? Last time I wanted to count the crowd, and I did a little exercise with you guys, if you might remember if you were here. I wanted to count the crowd the way the CDC counts breakthrough cases. All right, we got 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. Oh, it's too inconvenient. And end of March of this year, the CDC put out guidance that we were going to stop counting breakthrough cases. And at the time, there was 10,000. Well, I just got a document from the Department of Health that was sent to me by a Republican representative that said we had 42,000 breakthrough cases in the state of Washington. Now, what's going to happen when all these men and women lose their jobs because they're unvaccinated and our department starts to experience breakthrough cases of vaccinated people? We've had dozens already. They don't want to acknowledge it. They're at 63%, okay. And you know, it's an incredible thing, because what are they going to say now, right? Their narrative doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It's not the science, is it? Nope. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I had COVID. I'm one of the survivors, okay? I'm sure there's many people out here that have had COVID. I can still work. I can still perform my firefighter EMT jobs. And I've got natural immunity now, when it turns out, it's stronger. How about that? It's amazing what modern medicine does, okay? So lastly, we're going to just have you, I'm going to ask you guys to just go one more time, go through this chant, and we'll finish this up. Inslee. Inslee.
We say no!
Inslee.
We say no!
Inslee.
We say no!
Thank you so much.
You know, if you travel around this country, you'll notice that it ain't all this and it ain't all that. But it is a little bit of everything. All kinds of places.
Okay, we're coming up to the end of our official program here. Got just a few little announcements to make. One is a phone was found over by the fountain. Come see me. If you can describe it, you can take it. I'm not going to describe the pictures. One more, for those of you who may not know, there's the sign, the banner over there. Go over and sign it if you haven't had a chance to. I'd also like to acknowledge Tony Garcia and Garcia Entertainment and One Love Entertainment for helping out with the sound system on this one. They've been awesome. Please support them. Also, if you are a healthcare professional or a first responder, there's a couple of people over here that are interested in talking to you. They're interested in hiring you, and they're not going to be seeking any of your vaccination status. So Michael Paul from Atlas Health here and Michelle Walsh right over here is going to be interested in talking to you. With that, we are coming to the end of our program, and I'd just like to say thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking a stand against this tyranny. I am a federal employee. I am facing termination next month. You are about to have tens of thousands of brothers and sisters standing with you on the federal side. Let's make sure we support each other as we all go face down this tyranny. Okay? With that, I think we should sing one more song to close it out. Carrie?
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, our home, sweet home.
Thank you, everybody. Stay safe, safe travels, keep up the faith, and keep up the fight.
About that. So I'll be back in a moment. be back in just a second, guys. I'm going to walk around and talk to some folks, get some interviews, so bear with me. Alright, sorry, I know I had it muted there for a second, but guys, like I said, I have to, we got music exemptions here. You gotta worry about that. So, I'm gonna try to get away from the music for a minute here and walk down here, talk to some folks, get some interviews maybe, and see what's going down with everyone's personal views and beliefs about what's going on right now. Like I said earlier, in one of the comments I had to put up, is that this isn't about, and I mean, people are against it, mind you. Like I said, everyone's got their own convictions, but the fundamental belief right now.
Social media for patriots. Get away from Zuckerberg.
My God, good looking.
Check it out.
Yeah, man. Social media business for patriots. There you go, guys. Another one for you. Get on it. I'm gonna go stand right over here and talk to some folks. So bear with me. Gotta get somewhere better where we can actually. Oh yeah. Let me know in the comments here if we're having issues with. Yeah. We'll go over here. Talk some folks. So I gotta drop this card in here real quick. I think we're probably pretty good over here. We're just gonna have to set up stationary here though. Grab people as they walk out. And so let me know if you got. And let me double check things here. And, all right, we should be pretty good. All right. We'll go right over here. Jump in the middle of the road here.
Are you reporting good news or bad news? Hey, right here. See this?
No.
On this side.
Yo, I want you to be able to see who we're talking to here.
Okay, see, here I am.
Here we go.
I'm very,
Talk. CJ, look, my name's CJ. I'm with CJ TV. I'm out here
Hi, CJ,
representing
I'm
people's
Shannon.
rights to do what you need to do for you.
Yes.
So what's going on?
This is emotional for me.
Take a minute with it.
I know. I'm out here supporting my daughter. She's a first responder, and her job's in jeopardy. My ex, most recently, is a hospital worker at Swedish. His job's at jeopardy. And my sister-in-law is a nurse for Tacoma, and her job is in jeopardy. So I'm out here today supporting all of the sisters.
Nice. What do we got to do to change this? What's going to be the answer? I mean, are they going to choose to, like we were talking about earlier, let themselves be terminated and then go that route?
Yes, they are. They're all. 2 of the 3 are going to. One, the nurse has found another position that she can work from home,
right.
So she has saved her job. But my first responder, my daughter, is electing to stand for what she believes in, and that is her freedom.
That's got to be scary for her.
Yes,
I
very
mean,
scary.
The unknown,
because,
yeah.
You know, she started when she was 18. And she's 31 now, and she's just taken some tests to be a chief.
Good for her. Good for her.
And it's all put on hold because of this, right?
Not so good.
Right, not so good. And they're screaming. They're screaming. The first responders are screaming. They can't help people that they want to help because of what's going on.
And that's why they got into it, right? Because
Yes.
they want to help people.
Right,
You know?
right.
And then they'd get vaccinated.
Yeah, wrong.
And we forgot that along the lines that if you want to, you should. If you don't feel personally, morally, ethically convicted to do so, you shouldn't be forced to.
Correct. Freedom of choice. Freedom of choice. I'm all about freedom of choice.
There it is.
That's what I'm out here for today.
Standing at the capital of our state,
Yes.
in Washington, in the United States. Why would we not?
Right? I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time.
Uh-huh.
You're the Wonder down the line, yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks for taking the time.
That way I can look you up.
Check it out.
Okay.
Twitter, the whole.
Perfect.
You guys know where we're at.
Thank you.
Take it. Yeah, let's chat for a second. Tell us what's going on.
Hi.
Hi.
My name is Candace Mercer, and I am running for Olympia City Council.
Okay.
I'm an Indy nonpartisan candidate who's gotten the mainstream Republican and the Thurston County Republican endorsement.
Okay.
I am an activist, writer, and artist. I think it'd be very interesting to have a journalist on the Olympia City Council.
Agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
Dangerous.
Super dangerous.
And so I am a very polarizing figure. I am loved and hated for my work on homeless response. That's my main thing.
What is your stance on that?
You can find my work on Medium.
There we go.
My stance is that we need to be honest about it. We need to bring intellectual honesty to our homeless response. And by that I mean, right now we have the street subculture, who is urban camping, and that is a much different problem than the true homeless.
Sure.
This urban camping street subculture is hiding behind the homeless label, and they are sucking up all the resources that could be going to elderly, disabled, single parents.
Yeah.
And right now the mindset is on maintaining the camps rather than closing them. And I believe the only humane thing to do is to close the camps. We have to work towards closing it and removing the permissive environment that is allowing the theft and open drug use to form the camps.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, man. Good looking out. Well, hey, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah,
Best luck with it.
I
There you go.
I am the Indy candidate, and I'm running a very bold, aggressive campaign.
That's the only way to live, right?
And I am fighting. I will fight for Olympia.
Yeah, well, good. Thank you much. All right, good deal. Hey, so we got some candidates out here, which is cool. Where are we at over here? Let's go ahead and walk and talk to some folks here. This tripod thing is annoying, I'm not gonna lie. It sucks not having someone carry a camera for you. You just gotta, you're stuck with this stupid thing. Here, we got some signs over here. Let's go chat with those folks. Mic is a little hot. Let me turn that down. Appreciate the heads up on that, Byron. One sec. All right, that should be better right there. Yeah, we good. Still a little hot.
Hello, CJ.
Hey, how are you? Farm Boys. Yeah, come chat with me for a second here. Let's come say hi. You don't mind being on cam, do you?
No, I don't mind.
Let me get you in here.
Come on in, Candy. No, I'm not going in.
Candy, get in
Come
here.
on, Candy.
No. Okay.
She's shy.
Talk to us about what's going on. I do a live stream show, an independent live stream show that's covering events around the world, just kind of elevating voices within the crowd, give people a chance to understand what's going on. And
okay, but you're doing the talking.
I can talk.
I do most of the talking, so I just shut up at these
you
points.
do the talking.
I'll let y'all talk. So tell me what's going on.
Oh, just coming to celebrate our freedom.
Okay. What did you gather from today? What did you take away? What was the big one for you?
Unity.
Right.
So many people.
And Washington is waking up.
Washington. There you go.
Yeah.
Look who chimed in, huh?
Ah! Maybe she's chatty Cathy after all.
Hello. What's great, you know what I loved was the state trooper.
Oh, my husband's a state trooper.
Good on you.
Thank you. And he is not complying.
There you go.
And neither is my husband, not a state trooper, but he's also, gonna lose his job on the 18th as well.
Which is, there's a lot of people that are, that I know personally, and there's a lot of people that I've talked to kind of through the crowd here that are family, friends, same thing.
Absolutely.
And that got the religious exemption, but was not accommodated.
What I found was interesting about that is they're allowed to check you on that. The employers are able to ask you about the reasons that it's a religious exemption. And if you say something about anything having to do with any fetal tissue being used for any of the research, one of the ones I saw, they broke down that Tylenol, Advil, Zoloft,
Pops.
and they had people signing release forms saying they won't take any of these things.
Yeah.
Well,
as a part
knowing what
of
I know now, I just might not.
Well, see, the beauty part about what you just said though is it's educational, right?
Yeah.
Like you might learn something, and I think a lot of people that are turned off to these types of rallies.
Yeah.
I've just turned off the idea that they might actually learn something new. You might look at something from somebody else's point of view and appreciate that that's okay.
Right.
You're allowed to think how you want to
Absolutely.
think. Celebrate it. You're allowed to believe how you believe. Celebrate it, right? And a lot of the things here people are saying is it's not anti-vax, so to say. It's anti-mandate. But get vaccinated if you feel it's what you need to do.
My body, my choice.
It should be.
Absolutely.
It should be.
Everybody's.
Leave us all alone to do what we feel the best.
Yeah, if you want to
for
take
us.
the vaccine, go for it.
Right.
Good on you.
Get a vaccine, wear a mask, wear two masks, and you're good,
We're
right?
15. I don't give a shit. Your choice.
I've got 5 government-issued gas masks in the trunk of my car right now. I'll hand them out to anybody who doesn't feel safe. If that's what you need, it'll protect you from it.
If that makes
any
you
kind of
feel
chemical
safe,
warfare, you're
go
good to
for
go,
it.
right?
Know your geography around here? Oh, you're in.
No, you're good.
Water Street.
Oh, I
Don't know what that
Water
was. I was like,
I know
Capitol's
there's
right there.
There's
That
a
helps.
parking lot that way. There's a parking lot that way.
What do you guys think about about kind of how they've turned this vaccination into like a political debate about right, left?
It's disgusting.
Right.
Anything they can to divide. Anything.
For the last year and a half, aren't we tired
Yeah.
of it?
So
It
tired
went
of it.
from all lives and Black
Yeah.
Lives Matter. It
Yeah.
was pro-police, anti-police.
Right.
We've got Trump, Biden. It was right,
Yep.
left. Now we're mask, non-mask, vax, non-vax.
Actually, did you see the MAGA BLM rally together in New York?
I heard about it.
Fighting for their vaccine rights.
Right.
Right to choose.
It's amazing when you see. What's wild is we don't talk enough about those things, about the fusions, these things
Right.
that are happening,
Right.
How
I
people
think
are finally
that'll-
coming together.
I think that'll
Absolutely.
have to happen
It has
as
to.
more people that maybe were Democrat don't really care for a mysterious,
Right.
stuff put in their
Experimental.
body.
Experimental.
There's got to be Democrats that aren't into that, right?
There's people that want
So-
freedom of choice.
so yeah, so I think
regardless
those
of
people-
how they voted.
What scares
think
me is
those people
that
are
your
coming together.
vote now, how you register, right?
Right.
That becomes almost like your battleground.
Right.
Like, all right, well, whatever I registered for, I have to represent that party.
Right.
I think we've forgotten that it's not about the party; it's about the policies in place.
That's
and it's
right.
about how the politics are supporting the people.
Right.
And I'm curious and confused as to when people lost sight of that. And it's like everyone's looking for a fight, but they're picking the wrong fight.
I don't want to fight.
I
I
don't
just
wanna
want
fight,
I just
right?
want freedom. I just
Exactly.
want
We're on the
right?
same
I just want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Just leave me alone.
Freedom's not about fighting, right?
That's right.
It's about the ability to express yourself and to live the life you want to live freely,
Freely.
without the reprisal
Right.
and threats of danger from other people or other places, right?
Government.
Beauty of a nation, right?
Yep.
This
Yeah.
nation.
Yep.
Sorry to say, I do love America. What's funny is how many people are like, "Oh, you love America? you must be. And I'm like, don't fill in that blank.
You have to love America. I mean, why
How
stay
could
here?
you not?
Right. It's these titles that we're given, right?
Right.
I get a lot of people like, well, are you a patriot? I'm like, am I patriotic? Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll bleed red, white, and blue. Absolutely. But the second you say you're a patriot, now they want to title you so they can label how they're going to interact with you.
True.
Who'd you vote for? Trump or Biden? Okay, now I know how to deal with you.
Right.
Like, what's your stance? Why aren't you wearing a mask? I know how to deal with you
Right.
now.
Or you don't have a mask on, you must be conservative.
You must be, right?
You voted for
And
Trump,
all those things have to
Right.
be identified before you even have an
Well, that's what
interaction
they
with
want.
Right,
anyone.
right.
It's ridiculous.
And that's honestly what they want. They want that division. They want it.
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
absolutely
if
agree.
unity is when we come together, that's what they fear.
And you know what? I wish we could all figure out and identify who they are and then realize that they are the issue.
Right.
They are.
And when we get off our knees, we are strong.
Yeah.
All right. Which I thought was great. I didn't expect this rally to be what it was.
Huge.
I thought, you know, every time I'm out here, you know, inclement weather, it's
Yeah.
kind of like, it's going to be cold and wet. You know, last time, honestly, was the governor's mansion in January. So it's been a minute.
Talked about that today.
Right? And I was like, man, you know, it's...
Hi.
You're good. That would make for great video, though. Right? There we go. Just indiscriminately standing in the middle of the road here, as is customary with old CJ here. Sorry. Well, hey, y'all got, I'm sure, places
Hey, it
to
was
be.
nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I mean, nice to see you again.
Yeah, good
Nice
to see you
to
too.
meet
I
you.
had
Thanks for
not-
chiming in and being a
Thank
part of
you.
it.
Thank you.
I have not seen this many people here ever.
How many people did you say here? A couple thousand at least,
Few
right?
thousand, yeah, for
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah. I was
the
blown away.
most did you attend any of the MAGA Drag the Interstates?
I went to one, but I missed like the front of the line,
Mm-hmm.
so it ended up. And then they ended up with like a standoff with Antifa. There was like rocks and
Was that
things being
downtown
thrown.
here?
Yeah.
Okay, so when we
So it's been a
ended up
while.
at the property in Tumwater, we had close to
100.
3,000. The first one was 300, then
Yeah,
700. We had vehicles, and then the last
And
one
then
was
the last
3,000.
one,
There was a
crazy.
15-mile backup getting off the freeway to go to the property.
Right.
Crazy.
But we did not come downtown on that one.
Right.
The second one we came downtown. But prior to that, we'd always come to the Capitol and promote it and
Sure.
get the word out and everything. And usually 300, 400 people, but nothing like this.
Yeah.
I was talking to an old biker guy named Danny, super nice guy, and he said the last time he remembers it being this big was 20 years ago. And I said, well, what was it for? And he said,
Yeah.
well, they were raising taxes.
Right. Right. That's
He
wild.
said, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Is he
What was
a bigger
his
deal
name? Do
than
you guys
raising
remember his name?
taxes?
Who?
Yeah.
Who's him?
The WashDOT employee.
I don't.
Dang it, man! I wasn't recording for whatever reason, so I wasn't able to get that his speech. But it's crazy to see how that's all. You know, what I'm curious about is where all these people that have been so polarized and fighting with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where are they now when we're talking about human rights?
Right.
About your right to choose and I'm down in LA and I'm covering events and I'm seeing people fight for transgender rights, for all these different rights. But it's like, why are those groups not out here right now
That's right.
fighting for your
Everybody
right to
should be here.
choose?
Everybody.
It's just
No
amazing.
matter
me.
whether
Well, I
what
think
you
those
believe
are
in.
the walls that are kind of getting broken down, and they're kind of going to have to see that we're fighting for their rights too.
That's right.
And
this
when they
isn't left
start
or
losing
right.
theirs,
You know what
which
blows my
they will
mind
start losing
is that
theirs.
that has never been an anti to the story. Like, that's always been the case.
Right.
Yeah.
But people have chosen to see it how they want to see it.
right?
Like, if it doesn't serve my narrative for what this is
I've been
about,
told to see it, actually.
exactly, then it must be anti-me.
Right.
And
Right.
no, we're 100% pro you and everything
Absolutely.
you are,
Whatever you want.
and be you.
Right. Just
Be you.
leave
Just
me
don't be
alone.
don't be a
That's
jerk to me. You
That's
know.
right.
But that's how controlled
Or you.
No, no.
the narrative
Gotcha.
has been, as far as what people are taught to believe about a patriot, or
Right.
Right.
you know,
Yeah.
they've got such a very, narrow definition, because that's all they've ever been really exposed to. They make us look crazy on the normal news and all that good stuff.
Well, it's because they're looking for that definition, right?
Right.
They want to define who
Exactly.
you
They're
are, and
just
like, why would you?
supporting that
Why do you
definition.
worry about defining who I am? Figure you out
Right.
and do you, right?
Right.
It's funny, like the whole thing. I think one of the cornerstones for my existence is like, your expectations aren't my failure. Because you expect me to do and or be a certain way, and I'm not that, doesn't mean I failed as a human. I've done exactly what I'm going to do for me,
Right.
how I need to be.
I like that.
No, you're good. You're good, man. Take one, yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
What we do
thank
is we
you.
publish these once a month. We take history from original sources
Hey,
and we
you
hand it
should.
out for free.
You want to be interviewed?
Hey,
I see
gotta
you.
go.
thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great to
Take
meet
care.
you.
What are you doing now?
Oh, we hand these out for free. Been doing it for over a year. And we are the Pamphlet. We are out of Republic, Washington.
Okay.
We started doing it just for the county, and now we're in all 50 states and 46 countries. So
Beautiful.
we do it for free.
What will people find if they go to the pamphlet.net?
Well, they're going to find all of our old copies. All of our issues are digitally there as well for free. And they can find our blog, which contains information about what's going on in the new issues, what we're doing.
What are you doing?
Well, we're at rallies a lot. We're at a lot of private meetings. We're people in the other side of the mountains are pretty fed up with everything that's going on over here. So the biggest thing that people are doing is starting private membership associations and taking all of their business private. And
Such as what types of businesses are we talking?
Well, anything from trading cattle. I mean, if I'm a pig farmer by trade, so
Okay.
if I've got a pig and somebody else, needs to do open heart surgery, I got maybe 10 pigs for that.
I don't care what Guy Ritchie said. You can trust a pig farmer.
Yeah, well, you know what? We certainly try.
Apparently, a pig can eat a human body in under 5 minutes. I'm just saying. Be careful.
You're not supposed to let everyone else know that. Okay?
Sorry.
Cut that part out.
Sorry. We'll edit it later.
That's
We'll,
right.
we'll post-edit that.
That's right. It makes
Yeah.
good fertilizer too. So we're just here supporting liberty and freedom,
Right. That's
and
great.
doing our part. We didn't do it for over a year, and we survive on strictly donations.
There you go.
So
if you guys want to check that out, you can go the patreon.com/the pamphlet, the underscore pamphlet, correct?
That's for our subscriptions to the
But
monthly
the free
publication.
stuff is
Okay.
at our website, and that's www.thepamphlet.net.
There you go. There it is, guys. Thanks so much for
you.
your time. Appreciate you guys.
Freedom is not free.
Happy travels.
Stand up
Yeah.
for it.
Thank you so much for being here. Take care. All right, enjoy. Look, guys, this is Jason. Here he is.
How many do you think attended?
A couple thousand at least. Yeah.
I
got video, What?
though. Are you videoing?
Oh, yeah, I was doing me. I thought you were covering yourself. I was like, you don't have to be on camera if you don't want. Say hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Oh, just a great rally today.
It was. You know what's wild is no matter what your views are on vaccinations, mask man, whatever it might be, like this was just a beautiful chance to hear some incredible speeches.
Yeah, there was
From the young lady who spoke. When I first got here, I got a little late, which is customary with me. I may show up late, guys, but I always show up. That's the thing.
That's good.
But even down to the state trooper, some of the firefighters, like it was beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was a good group today. I hope we have more after today.
What's your takeaway from today?
Freedom. It's all about freedom and choice.
Right.
Otherwise, once that's gone, there's not much left for our country.
Are we moving in the right direction, you think?
I think so, with people actually standing up and attending rallies like this. That helps show that people are, just not sitting back and doing nothing.
Yeah.
So,
You know what I thought was really interesting was people around the fringe on the outside. They were just here because they were curious.
right.
And I think a lot of people that think about these rallies, political rallies, or whatever you want to consider this, they get nervous that they're going to get lumped into like the Kool-Aid or whatever, you know?
Right, like a certain piece of it.
Right, and they forget that, this is state capital, this is where laws are passed. We have things that happen here in a big way, and so if you're not here to kind of listen to what's going on and better understand, like there's where else would you go?
Right,
Like,
this is the place.
this is a great spot for it, and the speeches, like I said, were fantastic today.
Yeah.
I got choked up once or twice. It's like, man, it's
Yeah.
beautiful, beautiful sentiment. So it was
Good,
great.
I'm glad you were filming it so that people can see it. Too.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
Yeah.
people know that that's what we're all about, is elevating voices, giving people a chance to see what's going on and understand a bit more that, there's still things happening out here. There's still people that are pushing.
When's the next one?
That's a good question. I wish I knew more. I wish you guys could know more.
Something somewhere 15th or something like that.
Oh,
15th?
good. We got the bad weather coming, but who cares, right? Wear a parka.
It's Washington. If
That's
you're not
right.
expecting it, then
That's right.
you don't know Washington, right?
Yep.
Wait 10 minutes, they always say. Right? Well, thanks for taking the time.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Well, thanks for talking to me.
Absolutely. Take care. Jason, talk to me, bud. Let me flip it around. Guys, this is old JB right here. Jables.
Hello.
The man with the best umbrella in the game.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? You've been pretty steady at these events.
Yeah,
What's your take on things?
I
What's
try
going
to
on?
Keep it local. Again, whatever your views is, if you're for freedom of choice, whether you're for the vaccine or not, you should be at these events. And the fact is, if you don't show up or anything, you're not going to have a say.
You know what's interesting about this one is I was thinking as I was trying not to have my legs collapse on me, kneeling down for 2 hours. I would have been happy to come out here, throw down a lawn chair, and just sit and listen. This was really an interesting take on things.
I would go to the other side. If they had an event where they actually had speakers that went through things, I'd want to hear that.
I'd go to a pro-vax rally. You know, like why not? I'd love to hear what they have to say.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people have forgotten. Let me do this real fast. So, is that we have in this. Sorry, I need to have my self-indulgent moment here. But in this, like, this is not just about like, you're not signing a ballot here. You know, you're not like filling out a petition. Like, you're just here to educate yourself, right?
Yep.
And it's funny we have this side, that side. And how you mentioned it, that's kind of how we've gone to this year, right? Is like, it's what side are you on? I'm like, man, it's tough when you got like yourself. I know you maintain a very unbiased viewpoint. Like you have your leanings.
I don't have a party. I mean,
There
I
you
could
go.
go either way. If you can convince me, I'll go either way.
Right.
I don't get a choice on who runs or anything. I got to wait to see what happens, and I vote for who makes it. And you know, I'm open to hear, and I like to share so other people can see it too. And
right.
For some reason, being for sharing what you see here or sharing what you see there, people get mad at you.
How much you've dealt with a lot of censorship, haven't you?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't even. You don't even see my face usually. You don't know me. I'm not Jason Borean TV. You know?
Oops.
But that's my thing. I just want to show people what's going on, and even that alone, without making any commentary or taking a side, is enough to get you censored.
Right. And it's funny because not just from forces that will remain nameless, but also from out in the streets here, man. You've gotten a lot of flack from.
Oh yeah, I mean, I used to get it from the right when I loved marching with the left, man. I loved getting. I don't care who you are. I love beautiful video and photos, and I would go out there and take pictures and video of you. And I would go to the marches, and I got hate from the right. People were, like, oh, he's Antifa News or something like that.
Right.
And then I started showing up and doing video for any other event on the right, and next thing you know, the left's like, we don't want that guy, you can't trust him.
Then you got featured in like the Antifa newsletter as like the
I'm
hated victim
I'm a
number
freaking fascist, and like I don't say nothing. I never said anything bad about them. I don't even zoom in on their faces. I'm not doxing people.
Well, the thing is, there's no face to zoom in on. Everyone's got masks. And
I keep it wide and in context and rolling, and that's enough to be, if the truth's your enemy, you probably don't like me.
You know what's interesting is like it's not even about. It's about like what people say that are on the other side of your camera, right? Like all these comments are filled with. I'm like, I don't control what people say. Like, I hope that I get to everybody with mine. I know you do too. Like, I hope that people on the left, people on the right, people in the middle, people that don't have a direction that they pick, see it and they're like, oh, cool, maybe I learned something today.
Well, they're worried that you're giving them a platform, and the reality is, if they're crazy, if their stuff doesn't make sense, we should see that too.
Yeah, exactly. Reinforce your views and beliefs about them, right?
Yeah, if you see a crazy guy out here, I want you to see that. I want you to know what's happening on the right. I want you to know what's happening on the left, what makes sense, what's crazy,
Yeah.
Decide on your own.
What do you think has changed in the last year? Like, if you had to like pick a few points that you've seen change, because you've been out here, I've run into you all the time.
I think that we're starting to see people on the conservative side wake up and be a little bit more active. I think I'm seeing more and more faces that are considered on the left or liberal are actually starting to be at these things and are even gaining support. I mean, people with classical liberal beliefs who believe in freedom and might have other freedom choices than a conservative would have, still are all for people being able to make that choice, and they're starting to see that their support is with these kind of events and not anywhere else.
Right.
So,
and there doesn't have to be fighting involved either. Like, one of the things I thought was beautiful about this is a couple thousand people came together, and there was the only like moment of crisis was somebody had it seemed like a diabetic moment in the crowd, and other than that, there was no rocks, bottles, pepper spray. There's no tear gas. There's a fine assortment of porta potties in the background. Like, everything is calm and collected the way it should be when you're just trying to raise awareness for something that you believe in, right?
You've been out there and seen a lot of action. I wouldn't say that you've chased it. When I first saw you show up in CHOP, Chaz, whatever.
Yeah.
That's definitely not my thing. I'm here for speakers and for people to see an event.
Sure.
And yeah, it's nice to. I'd like to see more of this. Whoever, people getting a voice and not having to worry that there's going to be a riot,
right,
or armed conflict, for doing it.
Right. You know what I thought was really cool too was the things you can take away. And I don't know if you guys saw this. I got the information, and I'm going to reach out and talk to him later. Was this guy Paul, when they said, hey, if you're anyone in healthcare and you're afraid of losing your job, we'll hire. We do in-home healthcare. Like, we'll give you a job.
those types of things. That's a takeaway from this for anybody, even if you're out of work healthcare provider. Here's a place, a resource that was put together here at this, collection of people that might give you a place where you can go ahead and make a living.
Like-minded people to get together and support each other should happen at all levels on employment, or again, just knowing that there's, you're not the only guy thinking this way. Or
I love some of the signs that said, I'm fully vaxxed, but it's still your choice, And I was like, yeah, that's exactly it.
I don't even know what's in me. I was in the Army. I went to Afghanistan 5 times.
A lot of sand.
So just
jeez,
shot me up with everything they could. And
they just line you up and bend you over a table. I mean, pull that back. They just line you up and all right, there's no way to say it. You got a lot of shots, bro. Let's leave it. You got a lot of shots.
I'm not against vaccination at all. I look at the pros and cons and how much I need it, and if I think I do, I get it.
Yeah.
And I want to have that choice. I'm lucky. I'm semi-retired, so no one's saying they're going to fire me. But who knows how bad it could be? What if all of a sudden they're going to hold back my military money unless I get a vaccine? Who knows?
Sure. And that's the thing for you. You have to do what's best for you and your family, right? And that's where I think a lot of people are missing the point, is that if being vaccinated is what you need to do, that's going to maintain your ability to earn a living, and you feel like that's the best choice for you and your family, or whatever it might be, then do that. That's your choice to make. But I always get nervous when somebody tells me what I have to do with my body, and I always get nervous when it involves pharmaceutical companies, because I'm very open about the fact that I dealt with drug addiction for 7-8 years almost. But that started with prescription medication from a company that's now declared bankruptcy and is now being held from criminal charges for putting out OxyContin, and for all the things that they did. So you have like Purdue Pharmaceuticals, and you've got companies like Johnson & Johnson that were involved with, we'll get deeper into this, and we'll talk about this in the show tomorrow, I believe, but I don't appreciate that being involved in what they're telling me I have to put into my body.
I'm still waiting for anarchists to stand by those supposed convictions and be here.
It's interesting that I didn't see anything like that.
I
think people are just so like, damn it. Now
France was freaking out. I'm sure some of those guys were on that side of the coin.
Look at Australia.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter where you're at. Like, the people are in the masses out there.
This is totalitarianism. This is fascism. This is, if you're against state controls, mandates, God dang, I don't know what's going on out there.
It is interesting how, so there's a lot of quiet voices right now that were otherwise very much not over the course of the last year and a half, which that to me is sad and surprising, because there were so many people that were so hardcore, and I'm like, where are they now?
Everyday March, where is it?
Where are they? And I'm not saying that to be like, yeah, what's up? I'm like, these are the times that you're needed right now too. This is another one of those one of those standing points where it's like, hey, we need you to step up and say, hey, you're right to choose. You're right. Your life, is for you to dictate.
I always respected and admired anyone who's going to stand up for the convictions for anything.
Absolutely.
And so I may not agree with it all, but people were showing up.
Yeah, they put people that put their safety, and we saw some terrible things happen. Put your safety, your standings like on the line for something you believe in, and that I think, I've said it, like, I support anyone who moves towards the direction of their passion, and if they're able to like find the confidence, like that state trooper said, he's like, this is the culmination of all of my fears getting in front of this audience and speaking, but the fact that he did because he felt passionate enough about it that he needed to, good for him,
Well, and I'm glad
that's something to get behind.
That you're out here, and I know why I want to be out here. I want people that take that stand to be seen and heard.
Absolutely.
So
it's just finding a place where you feel like you actually are heard. So let's walk and talk, see if we can find some more folks out here. Actually, we might even just rap, man. I think that what up, y'all?
No.
CFC? You have not. You already take off?
I think so.
All right, man. I'll talk to you in a second. I'm gonna rap real quick.
There's food trucks.
I saw that, man. I saw the line when I got here was deep, super deep.
I don't know if I want to go way down to Farm Boy. It didn't
I'm
really
not.
around for me.
I can't go that far, man. I got stuff to do today.
I can take you an awesome place here.
Where at?
If you like cheese.
Do I like cheese? If I didn't, I wouldn't be American.
Yeah, there's this place.
I'm being tempted with cheese, y'all.
State and Capital or something like that. They've got the best cheese curds, fried cheese curds you've ever seen.
Let's roll, dude. Where is it at?
Just block the 4th.
Oh, we're about to walk and get some cheese,
State
yo.
Camp Central. No, you don't want to walk.
We're not gonna walk, y'all. I lied. But yeah, so in summation for me, guys, I hope that, and again, I know I haven't been on here too much. I've been doing a lot of other things in life but it's not for lack of desire to be out or belief in the ability to, be a part of, the world around you. But I definitely support everyone doing what you feel is best for you, and engaging in your own belief systems and allowing yourself to feel the comfort and safety to do that. Stay tuned for some upcoming shows we have, guys. Set up notifications on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter. Yeah, we haven't gone anywhere. We're still here. So I look forward to coming back in and seeing you guys all very soon. Share the stream if you would. And again, all contributions are greatly appreciated. It provides me the opportunity to actually go to events like this and make the trips around, which is why things have kind of slowed down a little bit, because Daddy got to earn some money. So, but I love you all, and again, love each other. Don't let this be a fighting point where you're going to end relationships and go to arms with each other over your personal beliefs, when it comes down to allowing people just to believe how they want to believe. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap. Y'all be good. Love you. Take care.